Hey, what's up guys, Sir Emanon here, and welcome to another future match commentary on the channel today. So this is going to be another top 16 match in my online Discord tournament, and this time it's going to be featuring Jaxel MS on Megalith Drytron versus Grand Soil on Earth Machines. And before we get started, just want to go over some administrative stuff, so if you guys aren't interested, feel free to skip ahead to the actual gameplay by all means. But obviously, we got a new ban list. Everyone knows about it, everyone's seen it by now, so that means we're going to have to figure out some way to get the rest of these feature matches up in a timely fashion, obviously. So what I'm going to try to do is, I asked you guys actually on the community tab poll what you guys thought the best course of action would be in this case, and the general consensus seemed to be somewhere along the lines of either continuing the current upload pace, which is about 1 to 2 videos a day, or try and speed it up to 3 to 4 videos a day so we can get everything out by Monday, which is when the ban list would be effective. I think I'm probably going to settle around somewhere in the middle. We'll see where things fall. Obviously, I do want to, have new format content ASAP, but at the same time, I don't want to overwhelm or bombard you guys with too many videos at the same time. Now, don't worry too much about me because thankfully I'm actually on spring break right now. So even though I still have some work to do in this time, I'll have more free time to actually upload videos. But yeah, I have to obviously, kind of readjust my schedule, including having to re-record this video because some things that I said in that video are not really going to apply any longer. So here we are doing that, but figured I'd just give you guys a bit of a brief roadmap. But also, speaking of, a bit of a roadmap for what's to come in the future, signups for the next tournament are actually currently going to be live as of right now, actually, on the Discord server. So definitely go ahead and check that out. Links in the description box below for the server if you want to participate. And it will be, of course, under the new ban list, so definitely be sure to get your signups in. They will be ending on next Friday, the 19th, so be sure to sign up if you're interested. But that's enough rambling out of the way. I haven't really actually done like a whole administrative spiel like that in quite some time. That was already almost 2 minutes. But let's go and now get this match started without any further ado. So it looks like Megalith Drytron did win the RPS here and is going to choose to go first. Nothing too surprising. And it's going to be interesting now to cast Drytron with the mindset of both Union Carrier going to 0 and Benton going to 1. So this is gonna be the last time, or this tournament will be the last time we'll be seeing, Drytron in this capacity on the channel. But anyways, opening hand for Megalith Drytron going first is gonna be Zeta, Ash, Meteonus, Preparation of Rites, and Alpha. So it always sucks to open Meteonus and Zeta, in the same hand because you have access to it already. But it's fine. Benton access plus Drytrons is always good. This is going to be pretty interesting to see what other search targets people are going to use for prep if they continue to play it in their build. Maybe we'll see a pivot towards Hair to Perfection because it is a 6, unlike Ultimateness. Maybe we'll see a pivot towards Megaliths. That could be interesting as well. So pretty interesting to see that Benton actually did go to 1, in addition to Carrier being banned, which will mess up a lot of the combos until Lightning Overdrive when we get the Xyz monster. And then the opening hand for Earth Machines going second is going to be Heavy Forward, Call by the Grave, Machina Redeployment, Citadel, and Trencher. So lots of engine cards, which unfortunately won't do a whole ton going second against the current iteration of this deck. So yeah, that is going to be a bit of a rough one. Although notably, Jaxel's build is not playing the Hero to Ultimateness, so it's going to be a bit of a different board with some different combos as well. So he's going to start with a copy of the Preparation of Rites that's going to grab Ben 10 from deck. And then from here, you're going to activate Alpha, that's going to tribute away Ben 10, and then going to grab a search for a copy of Megalith Full, and then Ben 10 triggers for a Vanity's Ruler. And then from here, you're going to activate Zeta, that's going to tribute away the Full, summoning itself, and then those two will be in the way for the now banned Union Carrier. Carrier effect is going to equip to itself a copy of Dawn Knight, and then from here, the Meteonus is going to tribute the Carrier, that's going to summon back Full, and Full gets to add back Ben 10, and Dawn Knight gets to send a copy of Gamma. So while, of course, it's detrimental that we won't have, the Carrier to send the additional Gamma through means of Dawn Knight, it does mean that not only do we have to not play the brick anymore, but also we can, again, use Full as a way of recycling Ben 10 in case we draw like more Drytron names, which is a pretty interesting idea. And that might be, again, something that we pivot towards as Drytron pilots if you are one watching this video. But anyways, Gamma going to tribute away Ben 10, going to summon itself as well as Alpha, and then Ben 10 triggers, of course, to grab a copy of Chaos Valkyria. And then from here, Full is going to tribute itself to Ritual Summon the Ophiel from deck, and Ophiel on summon is going to grab a search for a copy of Bethor. And from here, going to activate Meteonus, that's going to go ahead and reduce the attack stat of Gamma to add itself back. Gamma going to be tributed away for Meteonus again, that's going to bring back the Megalith Full. And it's always really nice when you get to reduce the attack stat and then also use that as material for the Meteonus. Really cool with like Natasha and Full and stuff to have low attack points. But gonna link away the Ophiel and the Alpha for a copy of Verite Anaconda. We saw that Jaxel was on the Dragoon package, which also might become mainstream, you never know. We'll go for Chaos Valkyria, that's gonna banish Union Carrier, and then Verite Anaconda going to pay 2,000 to some materials for Dragoon. summoning the Dragoon out, of course, and then going to tribute summon for the Vanity's Ruler since we have not performed our normal. So this is a pretty good board that actually is possible almost under the new ban list, apart from, of course, the Union Carrier. So this, again, might be a way that the deck shifts. You never know, really. But only one Benton was used in this combo, so that's something important to note as well. Gonna pass for turn, or pass turn, rather. The top deck's gonna be Brutal Dozer, and it's gonna be nigh impossible to break through this. I don't really know if there's even an out to Vanity's Ruler here in the main deck. So yeah, it's just going to be a concession. And normally, again, I don't try and watch the top 16 matches just to not spoil myself. But because I'm re-recording this video, I unfortunately already know what happens and how things go down. But that's the nature of the ban list. So thank you, Konami, for bestowing that upon us. But it was a good ban list. I'm not going to complain about that one. We're going to move into game 2 here, however, and that is where we get to see the Earth Machine deck go first. Opening hand for them is going to be Droll and Lockbird, Tunneler, Torrential Tribute, Overdrive, and Ash Blossom. Ooh, this hand is not good. Has hand traps and like some defensive disruption cards. Well, mostly torrential, but not really any way to start the engine. And there's like 12 starter cards, so it's a shame that none of them were actually drawn here in the opening hand. Overdrive is also not live as of current. And then the opening hand for Megalith Drytron going second is going to be Double Ash, Droll, Megalith Full, and Delta. So this hand also doesn't look that great. No Ben 10, which we'll see a lot less of post ban list, but also not really any of these stronger Drytron names as well. So Earth Machine's just going to set 2 traps and then pass. For turn, the top deck's going to be Emergency, which does unlock the hand. So Emergency is going to grab a copy of Alpha, and then Grand Soul is actually going to opt to not Droll here. Probably waiting for like Alpha maybe tributing Benton and seeing if they can cut off a Benton search. But Alpha going to tribute away Delta, that's going to be Ashed actually. And then Delta going to tribute away Alpha, that's going to summon itself and then reveal the full, and then going to draw. Looks like it's going to be Chaos Valkyria. So it's interesting. This is actually a decent showcase of what the deck might, or how it might function in lieu of the ban list, right? Just because we're not really seeing Benton being abused that heavily right now. But going to link that away for a copy of Linkuriboh and then banish the Delta for the Chaos Valkyria. And then going to link those off for a copy of Veritanic Anaconda. And that's going to be met with Torrential, of course. And that's going to be a pass. For turn, the top deck is going to be Ghost Spell. So that is a rough one, not really going to help here with the engine. Pass back, top deck's going to be Gamma, which is pretty decent. Alpha is going to go ahead and try and tribute off Gamma to summon itself, but that's going to be Ghost Spelled. And then Gamma going to shoot away full, summoning itself as well as Alpha back. And then those two will be overlaid for a copy of Assembled Nightingale. And then Battle Phase, going to attack for 800 damage. And then going to Main Phase 2, going to overlay for Downerd, and then Zeus. So again, not really having Benton access. Obviously, the hand traps were there to curtail the access to it, but this might be what Drytron does without Benton. It's just a Zeus Turbo, maybe. Gonna pass here. Draws Call by the Grave. Really just not drawing any like Harvesters or Metal Crunchers or Heavy Forwards or Redeployments. None of it. It's a shame because like in game 1, he drew all the go first cards when he was going second, and now he's drawing like a bunch of go second cards, like a bunch of hand traps and stuff in a game where he's going first. So that's just kind of Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes. What can you do? He says, I wonder if I'm able to activate a single engine card this entire match, which is unfortunate. For turn, the top deck's going to be Meteonis. Not ideal, but it can potentially be used to tribute away Zeus later on for a full, but perhaps, maybe. Gonna go ahead and use Zeus to attack for 3k and then set Meteonis and pass, kind of making it vulnerable to the Zeus, but maybe not, or it won't matter, especially with the Forbidden Droplet top deck, just no engine cards whatsoever. You really do hate to see it if you are Earth Machine, but gonna go end phase after saying Call by the Grave, use the Zeus, that's going to try and wipe the board, gonna chain Forbidden Droplet, that's gonna send away Tunneler to negate the Zeus for now, and then gonna pass. The top deck's gonna be Zeta, so keeps just drawing Drytron names, which is good enough. Fuels is Alpha. So Alpha going to tribute away Zeta, that's going to summon itself, and then search for a copy of Benton. And then going to drop Joel and Resolution. And then Zeus going to be used, that's going to attempt to clear the board, but going to chain Call by the Grave on Gamma, which is definitely not bad. Going to clear his own cards as well, and then go for 3,000 points of damage. I think Zeta wasn't used yet. Oh, right, but we're under Droll, so yeah, I guess that would be... Although, we could use Zeta, tribute away Benton, and then Meteonis back, targeting Zeta, and then we can, like, Meteonis for... Actually, just Benton... no, because it would be on 1,000. I'm trying to think here if there's a line for game. We got Meteonis for full, and we like Ritual Summon for Ophiel, and that's probably game. I don't actually remember Ophiel's attack stat, but if it is enough for game, then that would be a line to go for it. But anyways, that's going to be 3,000 damage in any case, and then the top deck is going to be Bullet Train, so it didn't really matter anyways. Grandsilla really just did not draw anything noteworthy. Gonna pass, and then attack for game. Show me the Battle Fader. Let me grab a Trade Binder, should be in there. GG though. Yeah, unfortunate. That was not really a great interactive match, but what can you do? You know, you go second sometimes, don't open hand traps, and then game 2, you see all your hand traps going first, and you just don't draw engine cards. It's not like likely to happen, but it can definitely be a part of the game. But that's going to be it for this matchup. Very interesting to see, actually, that Ben 10 did not resolve more than, I want to say, twice that entire match. But it was 2 times for a single copy of Ben 10 in game 1. And that is actually plausible, of course, under the new ban list. So cool to see, actually, that Ben 10 really wasn't abused in this entire match. Granted, of course, again, the opponent just bricked. But game 1, I think, it was a good demonstration of what you can do, even with just 1 Ben 10. So that's awesome to see. But anyways, that's going to be it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like as well as any thoughts or feedback in the comments. Subscribe for more informative and creative video content. If you want to, you can follow me on all social media platforms or support me with the links in the description box below as usual. And before we wrap up this video, just want to thank my Patreons as normal because the long-form and consistent content is made possible thanks to you guys, and I really appreciate your support. But until next time, I will catch you in the next video. See you guys.